Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark at GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? Hang on. That is a really good cup of coffee. This came courtesy of Beth Jones, Folgers 1850. Boy, this is terrific. This is their black gold. Right here on the back. Yeah, oh yeah, it's on the front, actually. Black gold dark roast. This came courtesy of viewer Beth Jones. Thank you so much, Beth. It really is a very flavorful cup of coffee. Very smooth. Got a nice note of boldness there. Really do like this cup of coffee. I guess you could say it's a step up from their regular Folgers line of coffees. Boy, this is really good. So thanks again, Beth. Really do appreciate it. And of course, the coffee mug this morning is my Nerd Dogs coffee mug. Yeah, I really enjoy this coffee mug. And I'm using it this morning because the past couple of weeks we had videos which featured Cinder and Rue, the dogs that belong to my brother Tom, his wife Lori, and their daughters Bryn and Kelly. Those were a lot of fun, and we got some really nice comments regarding that in this morning's refill. And we got a great show we got a great show for you this morning. Yeah, I'm really excited about getting going. You can see I'm almost getting ahead of myself here. And as we like to say here, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. Hang on. Wow, just really happy to be with you here this morning because we've got a great show. And hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks so very much for the lift. I really do appreciate it. As I said, we have a really good show planned. Got some great content, some neat stuff in new shaving gear, some really wonderful refill comments, and some really interesting questions and comments. And just really looking forward to this morning's show. So I apologize as I kind of get myself in gear here this morning, so to speak. Just a lot of stuff in my head I don't want to forget to tell you. So before I forget, let's get the show underway like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Okay, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Andrew Hill. And Andrew writes, "Hi Mark, this is my father's shave brush. An old Stag Badger hairbrush, at least 57 years old now. I use this as a way to apply shave talc and to remember him. I'm sharing this because I'm sure others have old brushes that they may not want to get rid of, but would like to still utilize in a shave. Using it as a dusting brush is a great way. And I wanted to say great Monday morning mailbag as always. Your show is something I look forward to every Monday. Have a great week, Andrew." Andrew, thank you so much for the kind words, but also thanks for an absolutely wonderful shave tip. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of viewers out there have older shaving brushes that maybe belong to their dad, their grandfather, their uncle, whatever, and they want to use them in their shaving routine, but maybe they're not as hardy or as robust as they used to be to create a lather. Who knows? This is a great way to use that brush, especially if it has sentimental value, to use the brush, incorporate it into your shave, and remember the person who handed that shaving brush off to you, that sort of thing. Absolutely fantastic tip, Andrew. Thank you so very much. And to say thank you, for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Email that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and if I use it on the morning shaving tip here on the Monday Morning Mailbag Show, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Andrew, thanks very much for a great shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Okay, we have an extra shaving tip this morning, and it comes from viewer Bjorn Stegler. And Bjorn writes, "Hi Mark, I always load my brush directly from the puck. I recently started to dry the soap in the lid vertically. seems to work fine. And yes, use it in a Monday morning mailbag if you want. Bjorn, hey Bjorn, thanks very much. It's a great tip. When I first saw it, the first thing that came in my mind was, why didn't I think of that? That's absolutely great. So there you are, folks. There's another great way to dry out the soap puck. If you load your brush directly from the puck and are introducing water to it, that sort of thing, whether you're doing a bowl lather or a face lather, whatever, if you load the brush from the puck and introducing water to it and you want to dry that puck out, try standing it up vertically inside the lid. That's an absolutely fantastic, fantastic tip, Bjorn. Thanks very much for passing it along. Well, this morning we have a Shave Den visit, and it comes from Bjorn Stegler. Bjorn just sent us an extra shaving tip this morning, and when he sent the shaving tip, I didn't recall if I had sent him an original signed George sketch or not, and he emailed me back and said, yes, you sent me one. Included is the latest den photo, and here it is right here, and he very kindly framed up his George sketch. I'm very flattered by that. Thank you very much, Bjorn. I really do appreciate it. And here's a great look at his shave den setup. George there sitting among the shave soaps and shave creams, and really, it just looks fantastic, Bjorn. Thank you so very, very much. And if you out there would like to share what your shave den looks like with all the viewers out there and other wet shavers around the world, just email me the photos at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll feature them here on the Monday Morning Mailbag. So Bjorn, thank you very, very much for framing up George and for sharing your shave den with all the viewers this morning. Really, really do appreciate it. Well, it's recipe time. And as you recall, I shared some recipes in a previous Monday Morning Mailbag, and Bill Murphy very kindly sent along some other recipes. And he wrote, hi, Mark. Here are a few recipes that we often use because they are quick and easy. They all come from the internet and the Crock-Pot Ladies website. And he provided the link, which is crockpotladies.com. And he continues, yes, I also do some of the cooking. Thanks, Bill Murphy. This is great, Bill. Thank you very much for sending along these recipes. He also followed up in an email saying, the pot roast is so easy to make. After a great morning shave, head to the kitchen and put all 3 ingredients into the crock pot, and you're done for the day. My wife is allergic to mushrooms, so we use cream of celery soup, and that works great. You could probably use any cream soup you want. This makes a super tender and tasty pot roast. The pork roast is one of our favorites. We have even had it for Christmas dinner, but keep in mind there are only 3 of us for the holiday dinner. The roast comes out juicy and tender. Just be sure you don't use a pork tenderloin, as it is a much smaller cut and may get overcooked. The Hawaiian chicken is quick to make and makes for a juicy and tender chicken breast. We use Sweet Baby Ray's original flavor barbecue sauce, but use whatever barbecue sauce you like. I always keep the barbecue sauce bottle on the table for after the meat is done, as the sauce in the crock pot gets watered down during cooking. One last note. We always use crock pot liners as it makes cleanup a snap. And he also provided the link to those. I will provide the link to those as well. Hey, Bill, thanks very much for some great recipes. I'll also have a link where you can download the PDFs that Bill sent to me. So you'll have a link to the Crock-Pot Ladies group where you can find these recipes. You'll have a link to where I've uploaded them so you can download those PDFs. And I'll also get you the link to the crock-pot liners as well. Bill, thank you very, very much for the recipes. Looking forward to these. I think I'm going to try the pot roast. I'm looking forward to trying that one. That one looks super easy and also looks very, very tasty. Looking forward to that. Thanks again, Bill. Really do appreciate it. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is available as a podcast. Simply go to Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast will come right up, as well as episodes of our other podcast, Second Cup. So go to your favorite streaming service, whether it's Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as Second Cup podcast, will come right up. So thanks to everybody who has been giving me feedback about the podcast. I'm hearing from a lot of viewers that they are listening to the podcast on their morning commute, or when they're out in the yard doing yard work or whatever, they're going for a walk, whatever activity they're involved in, they're taking the Monday Morning Mailbag and Second Cup podcast along with them. Thanks very, very much. I really do appreciate it, folks. Again, Monday Morning Mailbag, available as a podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts. Just search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Okay, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. I made a fresh cup. Hang on. Boy, this 1850 coffee, this is really, really terrific. I like this a lot. And I forgot to mention, I used the AeroPress again this morning. Thanks to Rodney Ripplinger for that. And thanks to Beth Jones for the 1850 coffee. The Folgers 1850 black gold dark roast. Really, really terrific. Oh, we got some great comments in refill this morning. This comes from viewer JT. Now, JT's his username or his handle on YouTube is user-yd5yq5 da 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 da. And YouTube is using these handles now rather than real names. So I'm trying to do some follow-up and get people's real names or as close to their real name as possible. So JT, my apologies for not having your name, JT, in previous comments that you shared. So this comment comes from JT. Hi, Mark. Great Monday morning mailbag. I believe that I have a solution for Mark Bagwell's W.E. Neumann mix-up. I would just get a colored permanent marker in red and mark the white area of the oval cameo on the shave cream label. Therefore, it will be obvious what is the shave cream and what's the shave lotion. Have a great week. Yeah, if you if you visited us with us in a previous Monday morning mailbag, if you happen to view that one, Mark Bagwell made a mistake between the aftershave balm and the shaving cream, and he used the aftershave balm as a shaving cream, not realizing it was a shave balm, and he wasn't getting a lather. Then he realized, I'm using the balm and not the shave cream. And an honest mistake, anyone can make it. I know I've very nearly made it myself. But that's a great, great solution, JT. All you got to do is this cameo right here, maybe get a permanent marker and maybe add a little bit of a different color right into that area right there. And that way when you look at it, hey, you'll know it's the shave cream. Really, really terrific, terrific tip. Thanks very much for that, JT. Really do appreciate it. Keith Osmond said, regarding the Kai blades, and blades working better in one razor than another, Kais are among my top 5 blades. They work great for me. Some blades definitely work better in one razor than in another. Most obvious case in point for me are the German-made Wilkinson swords. I received a tuck with the Wilkinson sword twist-to-open razor. I used one in that razor and got horrible shaves. I thought it was the blades, so didn't use them for a while. Again, your mileage may vary. I've heard some great comments about the Wilkinson Sword Germany razor blades. I've heard great comments and have used the Wilkinson Sword blades out of India. Those are really, really good. I like those a lot. But I'm kind of with you though on the Wilkinson Sword blades out of Germany. I used one early on, and boy, I nicked myself pretty good. Now, since then, I haven't gone back to using that particular blade. I'm going to use it again. I've got some in my razor blade stash, and I'm going to pull out the German Wilkinson sword and see if those work for me. As I recall, my father liked those blades a lot. I recall him using those blades quite often. So I think that's why early on in this wet shaving journey, I purchased them. Because they were easy to get at local drugstores, that sort of thing. And I remember my father using them. But yeah, I had a couple of mishaps with them. And again, this was early on, so maybe, have to refine my technique and that sort of thing. But who knows, maybe when I use them again, I'll come around and saying, great blade. We're gonna find out. I'll keep you apprised of that. But Keith, thanks very much for the comment. And I have been using the Kai blade, and I like them a lot. I've used them for shaves again, and they are wonderful. I like them a lot. Again, your mileage may vary. Glenn Harper happened to write in regards to the travel scuttle right here. We did some shaving videos, most notably the one with the dogs, Cinder and Rue, and we featured the travel scuttle in that particular shave video. Glenn wrote, awesome product, Mark. I was very interested in a warm shave in the evening. It's a tad chilly here in Canada, and this travel scuttle really fits the bill. Yes, it's a travel scuttle, but I do travel to my shave den every evening. That's great. Mark, appreciate the work and effort you put into your shaving selections and choices with your channel. Awesome, positive attitude, very uplifting and good-spirited. Thanks for all the excellent shaves, product knowledge, and your time. Glenn, thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate it. Again, as I've said time and again, and I'll mention it again, the viewers make this channel. They make this show. They make this channel. They really contribute some great comments and content and etc. Absolutely fantastic viewers. The best viewers on YouTube. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. Without you, this microphone would be silent. And I mean that sincerely. But Glenn, thanks very much for the nice comments. And I agree with you. I love this travel scuttle. I used this before cameras rolled, and it just did a wonderful job in building a lather. I really do like it a lot. Now there goes my stopper. Where'd it go? All right, I'm gonna have to find, okay, hang on. Let me look for the stopper.
Okay,
I found it. It just wasn't in there securely. I got to remember to put that in a little more securely. It was in there loosely because I was drying out the inside. I just wanted to put that on loosely and didn't realize it, so that's why it flew off. But when you press that in there, it stays in there pretty good. It really does. So yeah, the travel scuttle, really fantastic. Thanks again, Glenn, for the really kind words and for saying how great the travel scuttle is. It really is terrific. Viewer Corey Smith asked the following question in regards to the Phoenix Shaving Platinum Strangelet razor blades. Have you tried these blades in any vintage Gillette razors? Corey, I don't believe I have. And now that you've asked the question, I'm going to make a point to use these blades in my Gillette Slim, a Fat Boy, my late father Super Speed, a Gillette Tech. Yeah, I'm looking forward to do that, and hopefully we'll do that on camera and do and create a review out of that. That is an absolutely great suggestion. Thank you very much. So no, it doesn't come to mind that I've used these blades in a vintage Gillette razor as of yet. Not that I can recall, but yeah, great suggestion. I'm going to make a note of it and I'm going to do it. So thanks very much for that. I really do appreciate it. Usta Day, I believe that's how it's pronounced. U-S-T-A, Ustav, U-S-T-A-V, and the second last name is D-E-Y. Ustav Day or Ustav Day. I don't know if I mispronounced your name or not. My apologies if I did. Ustav Day asked a question. No offense, but what did you shave? You barely had any whiskers. This was in a recent video that I had. And, I get this quite a bit. I'm a fair-skinned individual, so I might as well address it again. I'm a fair-skinned individual, and a lot of times my beard doesn't photograph as readily with 1 day's worth of beard growth as a lot of other wet shavers out there. I've always been that blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid and fair-skinned. So, yeah, even to this day, the beard doesn't photograph as well as I would like it. That's why I sometimes will skip a day in order to do a shaving review with, let's say, a new razor or a new shave soap or new brush, something like that. So I give myself that second day's worth of beard growth, or third day's worth of beard growth, so that it can be, so it's a little more easily seen on camera. And that's just the way it is. But the only thing that really kind of bothers me about doing that is that I don't like to have that extra day's worth of beard growth. I don't like skipping a day. I like to shave every single day. I just don't like the feel of having whisker on my face. Since doing the head shave with a safety razor, I now find myself not liking to have a little bit of hair growth on my head. I find myself wanting to shave my head more often. Now, I can skip a day if I'm using a good safety razor. I've been using the T2 stainless steel safety razor for my head shaves, and I've been getting a great result. I also use the Supply SE for head shaves, and I get a great result. It's when I use cartridge razors that I find that, you know what, the next day, it's okay, but, you know, I possibly think that I should shave again the following day. If I use a safety razor, I can skip a day and still have a comfortable feeling. But yeah, I just don't like having whisker on my face any longer than I have to. And I'm finding that I'm finding the same to be true for my head shaves. So yeah, I'm fair-skinned. It always doesn't photograph. I'm sorry about that. Patrick Robluski said, more dogs, please. I just tried those blades for the first time recently. Very solid. Those were the Derby Premium razor blades I used during that particular shave when I was watching Cinder and Rue, Tom and Lori's dogs. Tom and Lori's dog Cinder, and Bryn and Kelly's dog Rue. Really nice comments regarding the dogs in those shaving videos. I had a great time dog sitting, and it gave me the opportunity to use the travel scuttle on the road and just have some nice shaves. And it was great. And Rue was my buddy. She followed me all over the house and was even laying in the hallway while I was shaving, which is why I had to have the door open, because she probably would have been sitting there, crying to get in, because, she has this fear of missing out. She really is a great people dog. She's got to be around people. She needs that. She really enjoys that human touch. And she's just a great dog. And Cinder is a wonderful dog too. Very laid back, really a friendly dog. Cinder was terrific. But yeah, thanks for the nice comment regarding the dogs. Patrick, I really appreciate it. Jeff Durheim said, a shave and a dog's happiness. Great video, Mark. Yeah, I really do appreciate that. Actually, a shave and dogs is, I think, what he meant to say. A shave and dogs, happiness. Great video, Mark. Thanks very much for that, Jeff. I appreciate that. William Kilberg wrote, too cool, Mark. I have to say that the two dogs were a very entertaining addition to your video. Very cool indeed. Cheers from on the road here in Sacramento, California. Thanks very much, William. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, again, they were great dogs, and I was entertained all weekend watching them. It was an absolute pleasure and joy to dog sit Cinder and Rue. I told my brother Tom, I'm happy to do it again whenever you need me to do it. JT wrote, Cinder and Rue are wonderful dogs. Yes, they are. I agree. Neil Lobo wrote, shaving video plus dogs? Brilliant. I agree. Alfred Spencer wrote, this is in regards to the travel scuttle. He had a question regarding this because I was microwaving the water before I did those two shaves where I was dog sitting. And Alfred asked, Mark, how long do you nuke the lather scuttle? Well, I put the hot water inside the inner chamber and also in the bowl here. And again, there goes my stopper in the inner bowl here, and I nuked it for 1 minute. Before cameras rolled, again, I used hot tap water and I nuked it for 1 minute. And my tap water is a little hotter here, so maybe 1 minute was maybe a little too much. But at Tom and Lori's, their tap water doesn't run as hot as mine. It's a nice hot temperature, but it's not as hot as mine. I'm gonna have to turn down my I think I'm gonna have to turn down my water heater. But 1 minute was a really good point when I was at Tom and Lori's, and less than a minute here at my place will probably work out really well too. So yeah, about a minute depending. The point is about a minute depending on how hot your tap water is. Viewer Descended Life Gaming wrote, I use the same scuttle even when I'm not traveling and currently use the exact razor. I'm in the process right now of 3D designing a clamshell case with built-in stand for my razor for my travels, which I will 3D print soon. Now, he is speaking in regards to the Ascension Select from Phoenix Shaving, That's the razor I used in that first video, the first dog sitting video. And in the second dog sitting video, I used the timeless aluminum razor. But in the first one, I used the Ascension Select. And hey, Descended Life Gaming, I'd really be interested in seeing how that clamshell case and stand comes out. Please email me some photos of it and how it works. Is this something you're planning on selling? That sounds absolutely fantastic. Please email me after you get that 3D printed and you test drive it and that sort of thing. Really interested in hearing about it. So thanks very much for that. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up the refill segment for this week. Thanks very much to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Hey, it's that time of the show. Let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, it just dropped this past week from Phoenix Shaving, the burnt orange Ascension twist adjustable razor. That's right. The Ascension twist adjustable double open comb safety razor, CNC machined, 7075 aluminum, a burnt orange finish. How about that? Here are the specifications. The starting blade gap is 500 microns. The complete razor weight is approximately 33 grams or 1.16 ounces. The handle, the approximate weight of the handle is 24 grams or 0.85 ounces. The handle length is 3.5 inches. The complete razor length is 3.75 inches or 95 millimeters. It's CNC machined. The material is 7075 aluminum and the finish is burnt orange. Yeah, it just absolutely pops. Now, when I saw this, you know what? I was really intrigued and I'll be receiving it soon. It's going to be, hopefully it'll come this week and I'll be able to get a review done on it because I was really intrigued because lately I've been using aluminum razors, as you know, and I have been getting some really great shaves. Now, I always say, let the weight of the razor do all the work, gentlemen. And with aluminum razors, they are a little more lightweight, yet the razor head and the blade in there do all the work. I find that I don't have to press at all in order to get a really wonderful shave. Now, some of the aluminum razors I've been using are the Alpha Ecliptic from Phoenix Shaving. This is also made out of 7075 aluminum. This is their slant razor. Really getting some really wonderful shaves with this particular razor. Also, the timeless aluminum razor. This came courtesy of viewer Alex Lopez. Alex, thank you very much. Another aluminum razor that is delivering some really wonderful shaves. And even though it is lightweight, the razor does all the work. Really, it was really remarkable. I mean, really, I always say the weight of the razor do all the work. And in these cases, the weight of the razor, even though it's aluminum, does all the work. It's really remarkable. I really enjoy the aluminum razor shaves. This also from Alex Lopez. This is the TRC razor from the Razor Company, another aluminum razor. Just does a really wonderful job. And again, don't let the lightweight fool you. The razor head does all the work. I find, again, I don't have to press. Just let the razor do all the work. And just been getting some really wonderful shaves with these aluminum razors. And the other great quality about aluminum razors is because of their light weight. Great for travel. Just throw them in your DOP kit and they don't add any excess weight. And that's really a wonderful quality if you want to travel with a really good razor. Now, the twist adjustable razor here, this Ascension twist adjustable double open comb safety razor in 7075 aluminum with the burnt orange finish. Again, lightweight quality it appears, and looks like it's going to be a great travel razor. So just imagine that. You can travel with a Ascension twist adjustable razor. How about that? I'm really looking forward to using and reviewing this particular razor. Also, the bomb tip is removable, just like on the Ascension stainless steel and also the Ascension Select Flare Tip series. So you can remove that bomb tip and replace it with another bomb tip. That's really, really a neat feature. So really looking forward to reviewing the Ascension Twist Adjustable Double Open Comb Safety Razor in 7075 aluminum with the burnt orange finish. Really, really wonderful. Looking forward to it. I'll have links below. Well, as you probably know by now, I received my new shaving brush from Phoenix Shaving. Here it is, the Astraeus or Astraeus. I don't know how it's pronounced. I've heard it pronounced both ways on the internet, Astraeus and Astraeus. I'm going to go with Astraeus. I think that's the way to pronounce it, but I'm not entirely sure. My apologies. If you know how it's pronounced, please comment below. I think it's Astraeus. I've heard it pronounced Astraeus and Astraeus. I think it's Astraeus. Anyhow, absolutely wonderful, wonderful brush. 22 millimeter knot. Really, really super, super soft. Nice backbone. Clear acrylic base. Just love this brush. I'll be getting a review on this very, very soon. But when I ordered the brush, I wanted to throw some other things into my cart, and that's the point of this particular wet shaving gear segment right now. And what I picked up was something I wanted to share with you. Awesome Sauce Shave Soap. Wow, this is an homage to Proraso Green. Wow, wow, wow. This is Proraso Green. Awesome Sauce is Proraso Green to the power of 10. It is really, really amazing. Now, when you first open it up, at least when I first opened it up and sampled the scent, there is a complexity to it. And it didn't really hit me as the basic menthol and eucalyptus scent that you normally perceive when you open up Proraso Green. It's there, but there are some other layers there. So again, there is that complexity there. But when I bowl lathered this, my gosh, that eucalyptus and menthol just burst out forward. And it gives you this great kick in the lather, much like Diver Down gives you a kick. Really, really fantastic. It's Proraso Green to the power of 10, both in scent and performance. Really, really fantastic. I absolutely love it. And the scent stays with you longer. The scent lasts longer than Proraso Green. I used this before cameras rolled, and the scent is still with me. Really, really wonderful, wonderful shave soap. Great, great homage and scent to Proraso Green, and wonderful performance because I did get it in CK6. And the aftershave splash is absolutely wonderful. Again, it is Proraso Green to the power of 10. And I also got the aftershave balm, the Star Jelly. Absolutely fantastic. So I really, really enjoyed this. It's got a great kick. When you build a lather with it, again, that menthol and eucalyptus just bursts out, and just a great, great shave. This will wake you up in the morning, no doubt about it, but an absolutely fantastic homage to Proraso Green. And again, once more, some other layers in there at play, so there is more of a complexity to it than Proraso Green. But really, really very, very satisfying. I really, really enjoyed this. And, once I build a lather with it, wow, absolutely great. Gonna use this again. I think this is gonna become a favorite in the shave den, absolutely. So Awesome Sauce from Phoenix Shaving. You know what, check out the bundle in CK6 or in their original Crown King formula. I recommend the Star Jelly, absolutely fantastic. So I'll have links to all this below. Awesome Sauce from Phoenix Shaving. Well, speaking of Italian shave soaps, we just talked about Proraso Green and the Awesome Sauce homage to Proraso Green. Jamie Horn checked in to let us know about an Italian soap maker named Abate e La Mantia. And he writes, Abate e La Mantia. They are out of Tuscany, Italy. They are a family-owned business that started in Saffron many, many years ago. I have had 2 tins of their Monet soap. It smells like the water lilies at Claude Monet's house. Phenomenal soap. I usually get my Monet from Brad Maggard. He carries the Abate e La Mantia line, but Monet is the one he's usually out of. Wow, it sounds very, very popular. He usually has that one around Christmas. I've noticed that it's sold out again. The razor company has it right now, and they offer free shipping. It will be my second refill or third tin of this Crocus Sativa soap formula. I love this soap. I know that you met him at the Shave Meet. Mr. Maggard seems cool. I would like to meet him sometime myself. Yeah, Brad Maggard, really, really nice guy. I met both he and his wife, really, really nice people, and they do a lot for the wet shaving community. And it was great to see him at the Ohio Wet Shaver Meetup this past October in Columbus, Ohio. And I'm hoping they do the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup again this year. And if and when they do, we'll have an update here. But thanks very much for the heads up on the Monet shave soap, Jamie. Really do appreciate it. Another great shave soap out of Italy. It sounds absolutely fantastic. You can get it at Maggard's. You can also get it at the Razor Company. I will link to both websites so you'll have them both in your hip pocket should you decide to get the Monet shave soap from Abate e La Mantia. Thanks again, Jamie. Really, really do appreciate it. Viewer Gary checked in and let us know about a new razor blade that he's been using. And he writes, ABest High Platinum Double Edge Blade. Excellent shave on use number 3. Very few reviews about this blade are found on YouTube. I use this blade on its use, number 3, for an excellent face shave of about 2 1/3 passes with a mild razor. Extremely light post-shave irritation. I generally cork my blades before each use after the second use. I will very likely get 2 more shaves with the sample. How much more than that, I am not sure. So far, sharp and smooth. ABest is made by the same company that makes Durablade blades like Loy, Clifton, and a few others. And I will provide links to this particular ABest High Platinum razor blade. It's available on Amazon, and I will also link to their website where you can get more information regarding it. And he continues here, something to think about if ABest is a new blade for you is that a single sample can be purchased through Razor Blades Club or Try a Blade. So a person can buy any almost individual different blades to try first before buying a pack of the same blade. Gary, thanks very much for that tip. I really do appreciate it. Folks, I will link both Razor Blades Club and Try a Blade below if you want to just try 1 or 2 of these ABest High Platinum razor blades. I believe the price is rather agreeable on Amazon, but I'm going to link everything below, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to buy 100 of them or just get a couple of samples. Gary, thanks very, very much for the heads up on the ABest razor blade. Really do appreciate it. Hey, Mark Bagwell checked in again regarding WM Neumann and Company shave soaps and shave creams, and he wrote, Mark, don't know if this is of interest for your show, but the difference between the WM Neumann 8-ounce half-pounder shave soap and the smaller 4-ounce quarter-pounder shave soap. The 4-ounce is designed for people who use shaving mugs and apothecary mugs for their soaps. The 4-ounce soap is made to remove from its tin, and it fits beautifully inside a mug. The 8-ounce soap is formed inside its container and not meant to be removed from its amber-colored apothecary plastic jar. So WM Neumann has you covered no matter if you use a traditional mug or not. I love having choices. Hey, Mark, thanks very much for the update on this. Really do appreciate it. There you go, folks. Whether you want a shave soap in its own jar, 8 ounces, WM Neumann has that. If you have a shaving mug, apothecary mug, well, they've got 4-ounce shave soaps available. You can just pop those right into your shave mugs. Mark, thanks very much for the WM Neumann update. Really do appreciate it. Well, last week, viewer Tim Whitcup gave us a heads up on the Bevel double-edged disposable safety razor, and I happen to comment that, gee whiz, I've never seen a disposable double-edged safety razor before. Well, Roderick McLeod commented, there are a few different disposable DE razors out there. Edgewell, Persona, McKesson, Medline, Scalp Master off the top of my head. Most of them are made and marketed as surgical prep razors, and they tend to be open comb. Many of them have a safety cover. Well, he followed up on this, very, very kindly followed up on this, and provided links to these particular disposable double-edged razors. And he wrote, Mark, here are links to the disposable DE razors I mentioned. I have not actually tried any of these, so I can't testify to the quality of any of them. Here are a few links that also give the manufacturer's part, stock, product numbers. Scalp Master is a barber beauty brand. These are available on a lot of online barber and beauty supply stores. They're pretty cheap, and I don't know what shipping will cost if you buy one pack of these razors and nothing else. This place has the best prices I've seen so far. The product number is SC-N053, and Roderick provided the link to that one, and I will provide that link below. Thank you very much, Roderick. He continues here, the rest are surgical prep razors. They're sold at a lot of medical supply websites as well as some tattoo supply companies. Medline is available as a sterile or non-sterile version. The non-sterile number is DYND 70837H, and the sterile number is DYND 70836H. The sterile ones are more expensive. Here's an Amazon link for the non-sterile, and he provided that link, and I'll provide that link below. And for the sterile ones, they're more expensive, so there's an Amazon link for the sterile ones as well. He continues, McKesson also has an Amazon link. I'm not sure, but I think these may be made by Edgewell Persona Accutech. And he says that the Edgewell Persona Accutech product number is 75-40004. Also, Edgewell Persona Accutech has one called DermaGuard that has skin guards on the blades similar to the guards on the Feather Pro Guard blades. And it looks like the product number is 75-4005. And he says here, looks like a heck of a deal on eBay, and he provides the eBay link, which I will also provide below. Let me know if you have any questions. Regards, Roderick. Roderick, thank you very, very much for all this information, folks. I'll have those links below if you're interested in these particular disposable double-edged safety razors. Roderick, thank you very, very much. Viewer William Meredith checked in and he wrote, Hello, Mark. I recently received 3 Col Conk soap pucks, and I remembered your video about heating Col Conk down to fit in a wooden shave bowl. I did not have a wooden bowl, but I did repurpose an old glass candle jar. It does have a fancy wood lid. The Col Conk is one of the only soaps I do a brush load with. It does not scoop well. I saw the Weekend Shave with the beautiful Cinder and Rue and this morning's 3MB. Great shows, and thanks for the mention. Thank you, William Meredith. Well, I happened to ask William Meredith about this Col Conk glycerin soap. My understanding is, through the grapevine or through some other viewers, that they may be discontinuing the glycerin soap. I wasn't entirely sure. Well, William wrote back with the following information. Hello, Mark. The Col Conk I used was glycerin. I bought old stock off of Amazon. The Col Conk line has been revamped. The glycerin soap is now in larger super pucks with new labeling. It was hard to get for a while because of the new product type. They also have a new line called Natural Product Line. Shave oil, shave cream, and aftershave balms from all natural sources. Traditional shave soap and cologne, Natural Product Line. These are at ColConkProducts.com. Would make a great segment in new shave gear. Well, there you go. It is part of the segment, William, and thank you very much for the information. So there you go, folks. The glycerin shave soap is available, only it's in a larger puck, and Col Conk has a new line of natural soap products. William, thank you very much for the information. Really do appreciate it. Folks, I will get you a link to ColConkProducts.com. William, thank you again very, very much. And that wraps up another new wet shaving gear segment for this week. Some great stuff. Thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's get to some of these questions and comments. This comment in question comes from a viewer named Walter, and he writes, "Nice Monday morning mailbag as always. Since you're one of the biggest wet shaving enthusiasts that I know, I gotta ask, are you always that excited about shaving and equipment and stuff? I'm almost a year into the wet shaving hobby, and every time I shave, I get the same kick. Will this fade away with time, or will it be the same feeling through the years?" Great question, Walter. For me, I get the same kick every single time. I love the traditional wet shave, and I love the entire process. And I don't think it's going to fade for you. It hasn't faded for me. It just keeps getting better and better and better. It is an absolutely wonderful way to shave, and I love everything about it. I love the equipment. I love the process. I liken it to getting a new pen for cartooning. When I use a new pen or a different pen to draw my cartoons, I've got these familiar characters that I always put down on paper, but a new pen changes it up a little bit. The kind of ink, the thickness of the line, the variety of the line that comes out of that pen onto that paper, changes it up in a very, very satisfying and stimulating way. That's why as a cartoonist, I like using a lot of different pens to draw my cartoons because it adds variety and it adds a kind of spice to it, so to speak. A variety and spice and a different look when I use different pens. I get the same character on the paper. It's just that it's a different approach. It's a little more stimulating. It becomes a little more creative. Same thing with the traditional wet shave. Changing up something as simple as a razor blade is going to change up your shave. You'll really look forward to it. Ooh, I'm going to use a Schick blade instead of the Gillette blade. Wow, let's see what happens. Or using a shaving brush and one day bowl lathering and the next day face lathering. How does that change things up? It's those kinds of things that I find to be so exciting. And that's why I say it's the best way to shave. There are millions of possibilities. There's a variety of approaches, a wide variety of approaches to change up your shave. And I'm always enthusiastic about doing the traditional wet shave because I'm looking forward to how the shave is going to be improved, how it's going to be different from my last shave, how this blade is going to work in that razor, or how that razor is going to work with this blade. It really is a fantastic, fantastic process that I really, really look forward to. My enthusiasm for it has not faded. It's increased over time. It really has. As I say, this is absolutely the best time to be doing the traditional wet shave because there is so much available. You'll find a razor, a blade, a brush, an aftershave, a shaving cream, etc. That fits your skin type, your beard type, and your wallet. And I guess when people talk about wet shaving, they talk about their wet shaving journey, and that's what it is. Enjoy the journey, and that's what I've been doing. I've really been enjoying this wet shaving journey because it's very, very stimulating. It's the best way to shave, and it's been a lot of fun using different razor blades, using different razors, different brushes, that sort of thing. And again, it doesn't have to be these big changes. It could be these little subtle changes that really, really change things up for you in a remarkable and very satisfying way. Even the kinds of shave strokes you use with a razor, I'm talking about things like J-hooking, that sort of thing. I don't do that often, but you know what? Now that I think about it, I might start doing that because it'll change up my shave a little bit. It's very stimulating. Right now, I'm looking forward to doing that. Someone said earlier in the program, hey, have you ever used the Phoenix Shaving Platinum Strangelet blade in a vintage Gillette razor? You know what? I don't think I have. I'm really looking forward to that shave now with the Strangelet razor blade in a vintage Gillette razor. So it's that kind of thing that I find to be so satisfying, so stimulating, so wonderful. So yes, my enthusiasm has not faded. It's increased. I love the traditional wet shave. I love the community of wet shavers that are out there because they also offer these great tips and tricks and approaches that make the wet shave new and fresh every single day. So my thanks to all the viewers out there in the wet shaving community for all that, because that is something I think you'll find to be of great help. Other wet shavers will make mention of something that you'll then embrace and try, and it'll set you on a kind of a new path, a new direction for the traditional wet shave, and giving you a new, very satisfying result. So I don't think it's going to fade at all. It hasn't faded for me. And let me put it to the viewers. You still get a kick out of doing the traditional wet shave. Has your enthusiasm increased or has it faded a little bit? Comment below and let us know. Walter, thanks very, very much for the kind words, first of all, and thanks very, very much for a really, really interesting question. Really, really do appreciate it. Viewer Johnny Mikes checked in with this question and comment. Hey Mark, I have a question about what shaving every day feels like for you. I notice if I try to shave every day or even every 2 days, it's almost like I feel I'm not really shaving anything and it just feels like I'm peeling skin because there isn't enough hair growth to actually feel like a shave. For me, the sweet spot is to shave every 3 days. Hey Johnny, your mileage may vary. That's where this rule comes from. Your mileage may vary. Whatever works for you is what you should do. One viewer coined the phrase here, your face, your rules. If every 3 days works for you, great. Every 3 days is what it should be. For me, I like to shave every single day. Now, I get enough hair growth to shave every single day. And if I shave every single day, depending on the razor and the blade, I'm probably completing my shave in 2 passes. Sometimes I'll do a 3rd pass for the pure enjoyment of it. If I have 2 to 3 days worth of beard growth, then I'm definitely doing 3 passes. And it's definitely going to take the 3 passes in order for me to complete my shave. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, sometimes I'll skip a day, so I'll have a little extra beard growth to photograph on camera when I'm going to be reviewing a new razor or a new brush, new soap, that sort of thing. But again, your face, your rules. If every 3 days works for you, then every 3 days is what it is. And then see what happens 6 months from now, 8 months from now, that sort of thing. I know that when I was very, very young, high school and college, I shaved infrequently. If I was doing the traditional wet shave back then, I probably would have been on the same schedule that you're on right now. I'm a fair-skinned individual, and when I was younger, I was very, very much the baby face. So I don't think I would be shaving every single day with a safety razor and a shave soap and a brush, that sort of thing, when I was in my younger days, because I'm so fair-skinned. You know what? Again, your face, your rules, whatever works for you. 3 days, every 3 days, every 2 days, every day, whatever works for you, whatever you're comfortable with. Me, it's every day. And I have to shave every day because, as I've mentioned, I don't like having stubble and beard growth on my face. I really enjoy the process. As I've mentioned, I enjoy the process. I really enjoy the traditional wet shave, and I'll shave every single day in order to get that stubble off my face. I love the result of having a clean shaven face. So Johnny Mikes, I hope that answers your question. Again, if it works for you, that's what you should do. Your face, your rules. Now, I wanted to give you an update on a couple of razors that I've talked about on the Monday Morning Mailbag and have also reviewed. That would be the Pearl Blaze razor and also the Pearl Antique Brass razor, also known as the SHD-24. Now, I've talked about both of these razors. I've reviewed the Pearl Blaze razor, and the Pearl Antique Brass razor review should be coming this week. I had a review with it and I shaved with it, and it really is a wonderful, wonderful razor. The Antique Brass razor The SHD-24 with this wonderful ornate handle is about $20, and the Pearl Blaze is about $40. What's the main difference between the two of these? Well, they're both brass razors, except that the Pearl Blaze is fully brass. The cap, the base plate, and the handle are brass with this beautiful satin finish to it. And the antique brass razor is a brass handle, but the razor head is zinc alloy and it's plated in antique brass. Now, they both have similar shaves, although the Pearl Blaze, I believe, is smoother. It is buttery smooth. The antique brass razor is a very, very smooth razor. Now, during my review, I was asking myself on camera whether the razor heads were the same. And as you can see, they almost have a similar look to them, but the Pearl Blaze razor head is decidedly different, as you can see. Okay, the Pearl Blaze razor head, the base plate you can see is a little thicker than the antique brass razor base plate. And the other main difference is that the Pearl Blaze cap and base plate, they are it's a tab. Oh, don't want that to roll away. It's a tab and slot configuration right there, whereas the antique brass razor from Pearl is a let me get this undone here so you can see. It's a post and hole configuration. See the posts there and the holes. So that's the other difference. So they both deliver a nice shave. I got a terrific shave with the antique brass razor. It was very, very nice. But I would say the Pearl Blaze is a smoother shave, buttery smooth, as I've heard it, as I've heard it described and read it described. Buttery smooth. I think that's the words that Pearl uses regarding the Blaze razor. Again, my understanding is the Blaze is 100% brass with a beautiful satin plating to it, and the antique brass razor has a brass handle and a zinc alloy razor head that is plated in antique brass. So yeah, that's really the differences between the two of them. Now, the shaving angle on the Pearl Blaze is anywhere from 30 degrees to about maybe 26 degrees, somewhere in there. And I've heard that if you use a shallower angle with the Blaze, you get a better shave. You know what? Your mileage may vary, but yeah, I think that might be true. If you ride the cap a little more with the Blaze, it smooths his shave out a little more. I found that the antique brass razor almost had the same approach. I'm going to have to use it a little more. But with both of these razors, regardless of what the exact angle is, you will find the optimum angle for your shave. You'll get some really nice blade feel from both of these razors. Nice efficiency, nice mild approach. Again, the main differences between these two razors is the Pearl Blaze, as I understand it, is 100% brass. The antique brass razor is a brass handle with a zinc alloy razor head. So that's really the main differences between the two of them. I think the Pearl Blaze is a smoother shave from this razor. It's also double the price, $40 for the Pearl Blaze, $20 for the Pearl antique brass. Both of these razors are welcome would be welcome additions in your shave den. Absolutely no doubt about it. I think Pearl is making some wonderful razors for the wet shaving community. So check them both out. I'll have links below. The Pearl Blaze and the Pearl Antique Brass SHD-24. Now remember the SHD-24 because that calls out this particular handle with these beautiful ornate flats on there. That's what you want to look for with this particular razor because that handle really is very striking, very ornate, beautiful really, and also very functional. And the handle on the Pearl Blaze also very unique, very functional, and also very striking. So there you go, the Pearl Blaze and the Pearl Antique Brass SHD-24. I'll have links below. And that wraps up another Monday morning mailbag for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below, let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerati, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.